drain the oil. And to do that, there's a drain plug here, and then there's another one back there. So I'm going to start with this one here, and then we'll do this one. This one is a 17 millimeter, and then this one's a 14 millimeter. So I'm just going to grab something to catch all this oil in, and then we'll start draining. It's probably gonna make quite a bit of a mess because there's no way for me to loosen it and then actually maybe if I do it by hand. So let's just start by getting this thing out of the way. Ugh, there's lots of chunky stuff in that oil. So we're gonna let that one drain for a bit and then we'll do this next one here. Alright, so this one's done draining. So I'll slide this thing out of the way. Cleaned drain plug. I'm gonna pop it in there. Oh, that was a bad one. Slipped out of my hand. Alright guys, so that is where the oil filter is right there. I'm not really going to be able to show you guys too good of an angle because it's hard to get the camera in there, but that's what I'm unscrewing next. So I just got a 10 millimeter ratchet. Actually it's a 12 millimeter, but it was super loose, so I got it out. A little bit of oil's coming out of that. Yeah, so, oh, whoa, lots of oil's coming out of there. Good thing I unscrewed that so I didn't have a big mess. I know you guys can't see, but it stopped draining. Oh, and it's off. There's a little spring on it. Put that over here as well. This filter looks pretty gross. I'm letting the oil out of it right now. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I don't know. Looks pretty dirty. Alright guys, so I got this piece cleaned up. Sorry I didn't record taking it off. You guys wouldn't have been able to see. It took me probably like a half hour to get these two screws undone. I think it's leaking from this O-ring here, but it's such a pain to take off. I probably am just going to put some gasket maker on it because to take it off again is going to suck. So instead of replacing the O-ring and then it might still be leaking, so we're just going to put some gasket maker on it. So yeah, that is where it was in. And there's no room for a ratchet in there because there's plates in the way. So this is the setup I had to use. A 1/4-inch wrench and a little T27 to fit into it and do little quarter turns for an hour. So I really don't have to take this thing back off again. So I got this thing cleaned up. We're gonna have to put some gasket maker on it and put it all back together and hope it doesn't leak. So yeah. Alright guys, I went to the store. I got a new O-ring. This is the new one here. It fits in nice. This old one's all smushed and stuff, so it's probably half the leaking problem. But I don't want to take the chance that that doesn't work, so I got some gasket maker here. We're going to put it on with the O-ring and then put this thing together so that way I know it won't leak. So let's do that next. I might not record it just because it's going to be super hard for you guys to see. But yeah. Alright guys. It's back on there. It looks pretty good. I ordered an oil filter and it's gonna take a little bit to get here, so we're not gonna be able to start it up for a couple days to see if it actually leaks or not, but that's all right. It is kind of a total disaster, as you can see. Got lots of floor dry on the floor, and this thing is still super dirty since I didn't do a good job cleaning it. So I'll have to do it again for sure, but whatever. So I guess I'll get back to you guys when the oil filter gets back. All right, guys, the oil filter is here. So let's open it up. Here it is. All right, so here's the O-ring here. It just goes over top of the hole. We take the filter. Disaster on the floor, but I'm gonna see if this O-ring's gonna stay on there. If not, I might have to put it on by hand or with a screwdriver or something. But it's not looking good. That actually worked. It pressed it on there, so pop that guy on there. And then I just gotta grab the cap for it. All right, got the cover. There's a little arrow on this thing. I'm not sure where it's supposed to point to. There's a little arrow there. I'm not quite sure where it points to. So I guess we'll just try. Oh, I think maybe that's it. Yep. And then, yep, there's a little bit of tension, which is good. And then we got our nuts over here. There's one. Three, I'm just gonna grab the ratchet to tighten that up. Alright, so that's all tightened back up. Now, we should be able to add some oil to this thing. Alrighty. Let's get a funnel and see if I can not make a mess. I'll have to just hold it in place, but get me some oil first. Okay, that's tightened down. Now, let's go check the sight glass here. All right, guys, now that this thing's full of oil, we're gonna start it up and see if it leaks or not. All right. It's looking good so far. Well, guys, it started up, but it's not leaking, but it seems to be smoking a lot now, so I don't know what that problem is. I'm just gonna leave it running for a bit with the fresh oil and see what happens. All right, let's get this. Alright, so like I said, it's smoking quite a bit here. You can't really see it too well on camera, but it's running right now. The next thing that I want to do, which is going to be in the next video, is there's no front brakes. So we're going to have to see what the problem with that is. So it might just be out of fluid, or it might need a new master cylinder. So I'll have to find that out, and then we'll be able to use it and see if the smoke clears up, or if we're gonna need a new top end rebuilt on it, which we probably will, but you never know. Well then guys, that's gonna be everything for today's video. Like I always say guys, if you like the video, be sure to leave a like down below, and also subscribe if you could, because it really helps the channel a lot. But other than that guys, that's gonna be today's video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.